One of the things I really found fascinating about your universe is the coexistence of science and magic in your books. And in my thinking, the magic functions a bit like religion. That's sort of how I interpret it a little bit. Um, in the fact that it's less tangible, it's more faith based, that sort of thing. At a time in our real world when there's never been more of a division between science and religion, I found it fascinating and really, really nice. It was nice to see the two coexisting. Can you tell me more about not only having them coexist, but actually work together in harmony?
Well, again, because of Tesla, that's what really kind of was my springboard. And then I was thinking, how can I make magic more? How can people understand just thinking, oh, okay, Harry Potter, type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, here we have people, about manifestation. Well, what if you were not just manifesting, publishing a book or going on a vacation? What if you had the capability, if you concentrated to actually manifest, to able to manipulate your surroundings?
Hmm.
And as you can see, I have my Dr. Wayne Dyer quote here. So I'm quite well versed in manifestation and how to manifest a good life. So that's kind of where was my jumping board. But I did want to pull religion out of the book so that I didn't have that
Right.
uh I didn't want people to be focused on that
Right.
because people kind of get weird about
Right.
that kind of thing.
Right.
And I didn't want that to be the focus. I
Right.
wanted the
Right. Right. Yeah.
focus to be about how some people have got that just that thing about them that they can manifest being able to touch something and being able to feel its energy
Right.
or being able to see beyond the physical and to see what's wrong within something.
Yeah.
And then to bring the science to meld with that, and most of the science in there, some of it's fringe,
Hmm.
and some of it is theoretical and but all based on hard science.
Hmm. Yeah.
So what I'm talking about, the little kind of like the little Hertz thing where they scan the body, that's based on the tricorder from Star Trek,
Okay.
which was they're still trying to develop it. I think it was either Harvard or Yale. So they are trying to make something like that, that it can scan the body that is
Right.
handheld.
Yeah.
And we do have things that are now ultrasounds that they can have on the go and things like that. So there are things on that. When she discovers the glass that doesn't break by
Right.
accident, by, of course, the explosion in her lab, that particular glass is actually the same glass that was used on the space shuttle.
Okay. All right.
So because it will remember, they can see there, they had the shield down and then you would come up and they could see, it's just like if it
Right.
was a window.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have that hard science and then you have some stuff that's fringe or theoretical.
Yeah. But I love the melding because I mean, it really stood out to me because we live in a time where people are like it's either pure science or it's whatever the other thing, whether it's
Yeah.
religion or whether it's people, you know, being able to teleport or whatever it is. Like,
Right.
but the two are so separate and you never really see people being like, well,
But
maybe these
if we
can
can
work together.
work together. And
Yeah.
that's I don't know, maybe it was the way I was raised. I have no idea, but, my parents were grew up during the depression. They loved, especially my father, just loved the whole science and how things medically had advanced and so
Mhm.
forth. It always fascinated him, yet they very deeply believed they were Lutheran. My brother was a minister, so that kind of tells you right there. That's how they got through their hardship, was their belief in God
Right.
and so forth. But yet my dad saw they saw the radio to television to, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
different cars to VCRs, telephones, cell phones, microwaves,
Right.
none of
Exactly. Yeah.
home computers, for God's sake. It's
Exactly.
a lot in those years,
Right. Well,
you
one
know?
of the things also, if you think back to the super early scientists, you had alchemists, which is the
Mhm.
term that you used in your book.
Yes.
So you have that. And then if you think about even, I guess, like 19th century science and people who were getting into science, you would find that those scientists found that the more they followed the science, the more it led them back to religion because they would get to the point where eventually science couldn't explain something. So
Mhm.
it felt like a full circle. Yeah.
Right,
Uh,
in whatever you call it, divine, the universe, God, whatever you wanna call it, um, there's an energy, whatever you
Yeah.
want it is, there's an energy out there, and that's what I tried to pull into my book was, what is that energy?
Yeah.
Without giving it any type of name, because I wanted to
Right.
really concentrate on the characters
Right.
and
No, I totally understand that. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the and the crazy fun.